heavy metal, Jake Hazard! And his opponent, I promise you, I will not let this man anywhere near the microphone for the rest of this evening. His opponent in this #1 contendership matchup hails from the University of Michigan. He is currently one half of the PPW Tag Team Champions. He is accompanied by 0 Gold, Marcus the Science Smith. Marcus is doing this thing here, folks. Don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel, man. We're almost at 50,000 subscribers. You can support Premier Pro Wrestling on Patreon, Premier Pro Wrestling official merchandise shop, Premier Pro Wrestling on Pro Wrestling Tees. And that music is so upsetting, but it is what it is, folks. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. Remember the rules here, 30 minutes. The match will go 30 minutes, and the man with the most pinfalls, submissions, at the end of the 30 minutes is the #1 contender for the King of the Iron Man. Talk about a conflict of styles. And look at how focused Jake Hazard is. That's a tough kid, man. That is a tough young man. He's a smart young man. He's a lot smarter than people give him credit for when I say that, especially Marcus the Science Smith, who's going to do everything in his power to try to confuse him. Mark over there in the corner, warming up under the guise of not wanting to touch Jake Hazard. Marcus is a slow starter, and this King of the Iron Man match is actually perfect for him, because he'll gonna take a beating. Uh-oh. He'll take a beating, and he'll take such a beating that he will take so much and just wait for the guy to make a mistake. But once Mark gets that opening, it's on. I mean, we see why he is a formidable opponent in tag team wrestling and singles action. Jake Hazard, though, doing a decent job of not letting Mark get in his head. However, he's got to be concerned about the man on the outside. Marcus comes up with the wrist lock. Marcus to the hammer lock. And yes, Mark can wrestle when he wants to. He can wrestle when he needs to. But so can Jake Hazard. But Jake Hazard, man, is a grounder and a pounder. And he lives by a credo which emphatically states, no one can beat the shit out of me like I can. So he can absorb a lot of punishment. And I'd love to see him prove, to the naysayers that he can't wrestle, because he did just have a really nice figure 4 armbar Marcus's left arm. Jake is shunned off, but he's right back up on his feet and ready. It looks focused. They lock up like they mean it. Marcus the Science Smith does not have an advantage in this, nor a Greco-Roman knuckle lock, because Jake is just too strong. They're going back and forth on the arm now, and to be honest with you, it's kind of cool to see that nobody has been the dominant one yet. But Jake is fixing to try to change that, and Marcus gets to the ropes. Referee calls for the break. Jake, let's go. Breaks clean. I don't think we're going to see that same grace from Marcus the Science Smith. I haven't in the 3 to 5 years that I've known him. Why would he change now? 0 Gold looking on. He looks so terrible in that headband. I don't think the poor bastard knows it. He thinks Mark's cool. He thinks Charlie Hustle's cool. Irish whip reversed by Marcus. Into the corner goes Mark. And now Jake Hazard. Oh, he's going to make Marcus bitch. He's going to make Marcus bitch. Oh, and Marcus the Science Smith is in the ropes. Jake has to back off. Mark's right. Marcus is right. Marcus putting himself over, but I know that hurt. Jake Hazard looking on, trying not to get so wired up that he makes a mistake. He's no stranger to Marcus. Tomorrow night, they face each other in tag team action for the belts. If you're within earshot of Southeast Wisconsin or in Chicagoland, and that's a big area, folks, come on out to the studio in Woodstock tomorrow night. Bell time 7:30. Doors are at 7. And there goes Marcus the Science Smith outside the ring. Like I said, he's a good athlete. Oh, and that's what I'm talking about. That's that killer instinct that Jake Hazard has. He might get this first fall by countout. Marcus is up. He doesn't want to. He knows that if he loses that first fall, then he's that's it. He's up to the count of 4. This might be the first win by countout. No, Marcus is up with help from his manservant, his manager, his valet. And Marcus is back in at the count of 8. The count stops, and you got to hand it to Marcus. That was a big bump to the floor, as well as a face first into the turnbuckle. Jake just said to Zero Gold, you want to give him mouth to mouth? Ugh. Don't give him any ideas, buddy. Loves you, Jake, but they might take it literal. Marcus the Science Smith. He's getting into the head of Jake. Unfortunately, he's getting into Jake's head. This is what Mark will do, man. He will wear you down with the mind melding, the verbiage, the bad jokes, the clowny behavior, and the next thing you know, you're flat on your back. 1, 2, 3. You don't know what hit you. But Jake Hazard decides that he's going to focus on the head and neck of Marcus the Science Smith, and this is such a smart plan of attack. Once again, I will say it, the reason they put a bit, wait a minute, the shoulders are down, he gets a 1 count. The reason they put a bit into the horse's mouth is because if you control the head of the horse, you control the horse. And that's the same thing goes here with Jake Hazard with that headlock of Marcus the Science Smith. He stays in control as long as he hangs on to that head. Marcus with a handful of belt. Let's go over it. Just one warning from the ref. Now the ref isn't looking. He's got him by a handful of belt. Here he's got pants. Fires him off. Oh, big tackle. Marcus hit the back of his head, and Jake goes right back to that head. He goes right back to that headlock, and he takes him back down. There are 6 minutes gone in the match. 6 minutes gone. He gets about a 1.5, 1.75. Jake did kick out before the referee got that hand down, so that's why. But Marcus here, ever resilient, uses his legs, and Marcus is an athlete, folks. This guy runs intervals, man. He runs intervals of 12 miles sometimes. And he does show up here, and he works on the craft twice a week. And there we go. Jake Hazard up first. Got Marcus right back into the headlock. Again, as long as he can keep hold of the head, this Ironman match is, in fact, a marathon, not a sprint. Marcus the Science Smith in trouble. They go over again. And Marcus the Science Smith might be thinking about tapping. How much can that head and neck take? And the ears. The headlock is typically, and cross faces are typically how your amateur wrestlers and pro wrestlers end up with their cauliflowered ear. He's got a handful of hair. He's got a handful of hair. Fires Jake off. Big tackle by Jake. Mark tries to trip him up. And Jake Hazard goes right back to the head. Right back to the head and right back to the headlock takedown. And he is slowly but surely breaking Marcus down with that headlock takedown, because when they're flat on the mat like that and he puts all his weight on him, Marcus has to function and breathe with the 230-pound man on top of him. So far, man, Jake is really wrestling a smart man's match. It took him a while to get the upper hand. But here we go. Marcus the Science Smith staying alive out there. The head scissors, and look at, he has got legs. He's got power. Oh, someone's going to pay for that one. That was just an insult to the injury, man. That's that pink belly shit. That's what bullies do, right? Marcus the Science Smith, and Jake just powered out. And Marcus the Science Smith was so shocked by the strength. Jake's able to come back. Handful of belt again, and pants or tights. Big tackle by Jake. Mark tries to trip on a drop down. Leapfrog by Jake Hazard. Marcus. Oh, right back into the headlock, and that time he caught Marcus trying to watch the paint dry. Marcus the Science Smith back where he started. Once again, it's nice to see Jake mature as a wrestler instead of trying to go out there like a bull moose, just try to power through guys. Wrestling, in fact, is a sport. The best way I've ever heard pro wrestling put is by one Larry Zbyszko, who referred to pro wrestling as, and look at Marcus with the head scissors. He's biting the hand and the arm or the wrist or something of Jake Hazard, and the referee didn't see it. Larry Zbyszko calls pro wrestling human chess, and I love that phrase, don't you? Look at him. He's biting him. The referee doesn't see it. The referee does not see it. That's one of those little annoyances that, Marcus will do to try to annoy Jake to make a mistake, and Jake is out of harm's way, and right back to the head. Right back to the head. Marcus quickly pulls him in. Boom! Another big tackle. Marcus with the drop down. There's a leapfrog there. And Marcus is snuck under the legs this time. And Jake has it right back to the head. Nicely done. Nicely done. Patience is a virtue. Oh, Mark went for the back suplex, but Jake's size advantage brought him back over, and we almost saw our first fall right there. That's pressure. When he tried to give him the back suplex, and Jake's body, who outweighs Marcus the Science Smith, goes the other way, that puts so much more strain on the head, the neck, where the jaw comes into the skull, the top of the head. Head scissors by Marcus. He's staying alive out there. This is desperation, but it's working. As you can see right before your eyes, Marcus's face getting some of that color back. Marcus the Science Smith on the back of Jake Hazard now. 10 minutes have expired. 10 minutes gone. But look at Jake Hazard with some crazy strength. He's up to his feet. Marcus shifts, drives him back into the corner. Elbow right to the tricep, to the side of the neck with his tricep. Kind of catch him in the jugular with a couple of those, and they had some effect on Jake. Look at the handful of hair right in front of the referee. No respect for the rules. That was a big forearm, probably the hardest one Marcus has thrown up to this point. We have not seen a fall yet. But what we have seen is Marcus get the ire up of Jake Hazard. Jake's got him up. He's got him up for his finishing move, that F666, folks. Wait, Marcus gets out of it, one way, shape, or form. And he's got him over in a crucifix. And Marcus the Science Smith has the ropes. No! First fall, Marcus the Science Smith. The current count is 1 fall, Marcus. Jake Hazard 0. That's what I'm talking about. Marcus annoyed the guy, got in his head. Jake's over there telling him, I see how it is. So we still got a long way to go in this match. Jake can afford to learn lessons the hard way, as long as he doesn't beat himself up too bad for making that mistake. He's in there with a guy that really is a master of the mind game, or one of the masters of the mind game, Marcus Smith. He took all that heat, and then he got out of such a compromising position, and unbeknownst to the referee, or Jake snags the ropes, gets the first fall, and that's huge. Right now the pace has just been set as Marcus has scored the first fall and is king of the Iron Man. Good job. It's good to hear Jake say that. And we saw him go from frustration and flustered to just that calmly take a big deep breath and say, we still got a long time to go. Marcus is going to try to capitulate and get Jake compromised. And look at that. He's got the right arm tied up while he's working on the head and neck of Jake Hazard with those powerful legs. And Mark does have big legs. He's got great leg game. Like I said, he's a runner. But guess what? Jake's got a big old bear paw, and then he's got a left on the bear paw to go with it. And here goes Jake. Oh, puts a nail in the coffin, and this might be him catching up. 1, no, Marcus out at 1. Don't know how that happened. I guess that's what happens when you run 12 miles. Jake goes right back to the head that he softened up the first 10 minutes of this match or so. Marcus the Science Smith is back in trouble, man. Marcus is getting frustrated now. Who's the flustered one? I can see Marcus's body language. I can hear it. I can see it. Marcus the Science Smith is just stuck in that headlock by the bigger, more powerful man. I mean, look at the arm of Jake. Got him back against the ropes. He has to the count of 5. No clean break. Get him bent in half and then hits him right in the solar plexus and knocks the wind out of him. Not cool. Not cool by any stretch of the imagination. Marcus the Science Smith. And Jake Hazard. And look at Marcus. 1, 2, no! Jake Hazard, knowing where he is in the ring. It's nice to see him get his ring presence. And now he's going to try to put this big move on him. And if he can get that full Nelson, a full Nelson like that, it's locked in. He's got Marcus ragdown. He's going to try to pick him up, put Marcus's thighs upon his hip flexors or hips, and then he's going to try to drop Mark on his face. And if he does, that is going to be very hard for Marcus to kick out of. Marcus the Science Smith in trouble. He may tap. He got him up, and now Jake's got to just drop him on his face, but Marcus has other plans. 1, 2, 3, damn it! And right outside the ring to avoid any comeuppance or consequences. Marcus the Science Smith, 2 falls, Jake Hazard 0. And look at Marcus the Science Smith out in the catbird seat, killing time. We're creeping up on the halfway point. We're almost at the 15-minute mark. And time is not Jake Hazard's friend right now, and that's why Marcus the Science Smith is out there playing butt games. Look at how proud he is, strutting through the studio like a peacock. Look at Osaka, Japan over there, 0 gold. Marcus could crap in a box and 0 gold would slap a guarantee on the side of it. Marcus taking his time getting in there. He knows he's in front in this game now. We're halfway there. 15 minutes have expired. Yep, that's... See? But here's the other power of a Marcus the Science Smith type A personality. Is when they get cocky, this is what happens, man. Jake's going to shut him down. And look at Jake Hazard. That heel throw is halfway across the ring, and now Marcus is paying for all that bullshit. And there's a hip toss, and Marcus the Science Smith is trying to get out from under the harm's way, but Jake cuts him up, and he grabs that arm. Oh, throws him in one arm. That was pretty cool. He's going for another heel throw, and that one was higher than the first one. Rolls him over while Marcus trying to roll the ropes. 1, 2, no! Marcus the Science Smith really showing his endurance there. Those are some big bumps, man. Those were huge bumps. I don't know how Marcus kicked out of that. Again, he is a runner, an avid runner. Marcus is going up like a child. Look at how strong Jake is. He had him up with one arm. Oh, big old power slam, Dr. Death, Steve Williams style. 2, no! Hand it to Marcus. He's no schlub. He kicked out of that at 2.75. Jake's got, don't let that get to you, Jake. Don't let that get to you. It's only normal to get frustrated, but if you let him stay in your head, Marcus is in your head. Oh! If Marcus stays in his head, Jake will lose this match. He's got to get his shit together mentally, emotionally, as well as physically. And now Marcus with the front face lock. Marcus with the front face lock. And here goes Marcus. He's got him tied up. Again, time is his friend right here. He's breaking Jake down. It's just like when they take a knee with trying to run the clock. That's what in football. That's what Marcus is doing here with Jake Hazard. Don't like it myself. However, it's a smart move because Jake, once he gets a hold of Mark once and for all and cuts him off, man, Jake is heavily favored. And look at Jake slap away with palm strikes to the midsection and hip flexors, folks. Jake drives him back into the corner. And look at him work on the midsection of Marcus the Science Smith. And those shots are solid. They're lifting Marcus up off his feet. Uh-oh. Here goes Jake, backs him in. Fires him across the ring. Marcus hits that corner, and Marcus somehow, one way, shape, or form, avoided Jake's clothesline. And man, that was just dumb luck. That was just dumb luck. Marcus able to sidestep that clothesline. Marcus assigns Smith with a front chancery into a cover. 1.5, 2 count. Jake kicks out. And wow. Marcus catches him in earlier with that elbow right in the side of the neck and maybe even the jaw, and that'll temporarily dislocate a jaw. But look at this, Jake Hazard up on the shoulder with one hand. Oh, but Marcus is out of harm's way. Into a Russian leg sweep, floats over. Kick out, Jake. And he does. Now it's Jake's turn to show what he's made of. My biker friends call this a mud check. And Jake's mud is being checked right now. Marcus is so smart using those legs. Look at the power in the legs, the lower body of Mark. Jake's got such a narrow waist too. He carries most of his weight in his legs and his, especially the back, chest, and shoulders and arms. But Marcus is just, but look at Jake using the lower body, but Marcus the Science Smith not out of harm's way yet. 1, 2, and he got him back into that body scissored. And look at this. I think he's going to regret this, trying to humiliate Jake. Up by 2 falls. We're creeping up on the 20-minute mark. And Jake Hazard has got Marcus the Science Smith. He countered it. Oh! And I don't think that was in the lower nether region. No, it was in the stomach. Marcus is holding his stomach, hence the referee, Ian Anderson's not warning him. But right now, it's gut check time for both guys. Who wants it? And Marcus is up first. Marcus is up first. And you would expect that from the smaller man. Wow. Marcus still, don't get too comfortable with yourself, Mark. Now Marcus is going to try to, he's got a half Nelson on. I can't see. Yeah, he's got the full Nelson on Jake while Jake's inverted. This was a smart move. And then getting on the back with all of his body weight, using his legs to press down on Jake to keep Jake down. 20 minutes gone. 20 minutes gone. Jake Hazard is still down by 2 falls, and we are 2/3 of the way through this match. Jake's fired up, and he got those fingers apart. And look at this. And now he's got Marcus back, and there's what he owed Marcus. That's what he owed Marcus from earlier. 1, 2, 3. Jake Hazard scored a fall. It is now 2 Marcus the Science Smith to 1 fall. Jake Hazard. And Jake, though, just took such an intense amount of punishment, he can't get up first. And that's the other thing about being the smaller guy where you have an advantage. That's why Marcus wanted this thing to go long. That's why Marcus came out, and he really was smart tonight, if we like it or not, scoring those 2 falls in the beginning by hook or by crook. And now, man, he just drove that. Oh, he's working on the short floating ribs and back. Goes for a cover. Come on, Jake, kick out. He does. Marcus the Science Smith is wearing down. This has really been an Iron Man, keyword iron. Stamping on the stomach when you're trying to suck wind, folks. Jake was already in, and Marcus the Science Smith just forces that air out, and that takes even more effect on Jake now than it would have, let's say, 5 minutes in.
Oh, yeah. I can do this all night, baby.
Marcus the Science Smith showing off. You know, God forbid. Oh, every time Jake gets up, Marcus just knocks him down. Now he's just taunting Hazard. I just think that's a mistake. I would never... You know something I just noticed? Zero Gold has not played much of a factor as far as interference in this match. I forgot all about him, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. All I know right now is Jake Hazard needs a miracle. The upper body development on Jake. Look at his face, the intensity, the focus. This kid is made of steel. Look at him. Look at him. He's getting into that zone, man. He's getting into that zone, man. He's up. He's up, and Marcus just pulls him down by the hair, unbeknownst to the referee. Referee knows something happened. I don't know why he's not questioning him, but he didn't see it. Well, let's see if Zell's going to get involved here. Here goes Marcus to the high-risk district, quote-unquote district. He's on the top rope. He's getting more and more comfortable up there. The past few weeks he's been dropping an elbow. Oh! And that broke Jake in half. Oh, that might do it too. No! Now that right there was the most impressive kick out of this match. I don't know how Jake kicked out of that. Marcus landed on him with all that weight. You saw both bodies bounce as one. Damn, that Jake Hazard's a tough son of a bitch. Marcus, I think you're making a big mistake here. I'm telling you, I'd get right to work on him. Just because he showed how tough he was kicking out of that big elbow at 299. Marcus on the second rope. He's up on the top rope. He went up the hard way this time. Marcus puts on the brakes though, but Jake Hazard has got him up for the F66. 666. He hit it, man. He hit it, man. 1, 2, 3. We are tied at 2 falls apiece. 2 falls apiece. And that nearly broke Marcus the Science Smith in half. We might see a double knockout here. I don't know how either one of these guys is going to get up. Jake's moving, Mark's moving. I mean, I feel like I'm watching Rocky 2. Nope, they're both up to their feet at the same time. Jake Hazard could barely stand. Marcus ducks it. Oh, that was just so crafty. That's what I mean. Human chess. Marcus the Science Smith still holding that back and neck from that big F666 move. And he gets right on Jake. He's wasting no time. 1, 2, no! But he tried for a cocky cover and came up short. Jake Hazard. He's no slouch out there. Look at, they're leaning on each other just to get wind here. That's what they call it an Iron Man match, folks. Takes a hell of a man to even participate in a match like this. Even if Marcus the Science Smith talked for the first 5 minutes, right? And Marcus is going for the bow and arrow lock. This hold was made famous and was the finishing move, one of the greatest Native American wrestlers in the history of pro wrestling. I want you to YouTube search Bobby Bald Eagle, Chief Bobby Bald Eagle, the bow and arrow. Look at Jake's body compromised. Look at the serratus, the obliques. They're all getting stretched out along with the hip flexors, the groin. And yeah, he might be in a whole nother world, folks. He might be gone. He might be out. 25 minutes gone. 5 minutes remain. Damn, only Jake Hazard, man. Look at that flurry. And he's trying to get up before Mark. He goes to hit the ropes. He got that elbow. And now we're back. Both men down. Can they keep going? How much can they take and keep moving forward? Just like Rocky said, there's another elbow. Jake Hazard's able to drop that elbow simply, but it's just not that easy to get up after all that shit. Oh, Marcus cuts him off. He cuts him off. 26 minutes gone. 4 minutes left in the match. 4 minutes left in the match. We're at a stalemate, 2 falls apiece. Damn, this is the part of the matchup in the King of the Iron Man division in Premier Pro Wrestling that separates the men from the boys. Most wrestlers today can't get to this point. These guys have been going at it for 26 minutes, almost 27 minutes. Jake's in trouble. Marcus is straddling him, putting his weight on him, while he's got that clavicle compromise with the overhand wrist lock. But look at Jake with a simple turn. No panic. He's got Mark up for a big slam. Oh, and now Jake is down 2. Seemed like it took everything Jake Hazard had left in his guts to slam him. But these guys have both taken a tremendous amount of punishment, man. It's been a long road. Marcus begging. Oh, come on. 3 minutes left in the match. 3 minutes remain. Unbelievable. Marcus the Science Smith actually playing human chess tonight. He's playing human chess and winning. But I'll tell you, Jake Hazard is no slouch if he showed us anything, man. That kid is big, that kid is strong, that kid is smart, that kid is creative, that kid is innovative. Marcus the Science Smith took too much time for granted. Big matchup, and they're both down again, and Marcus the Science Smith got broken in half. Somebody get a wheelchair. Somebody get a wheelchair for Marcus because he ain't walking to the car tonight. Look at this. Jake Hazard showing tremendous courage tonight. Marcus the Science Smith as well. You got to give him credit where credit's due. Now they're up, and here comes Jake. Here comes Jake again with a beautiful elbow. 28 minutes gone. 2 minutes remain. Jake Hazard, world's strongest slam right in the middle of that ring with not enough juice to cover. With not Marcus is up. These guys have taken so much punishment. What a pace has been set. We're coming up on the 90-second mark, and I will call it at 29. 28 minutes, 30 seconds. Marcus the Science Smith, the rope's the only thing holding him up. Here comes Jake Hazard. Marcus the Science Smith conversing with Zero. Jake is back up on his feet. He knocks Mark. No, Mark doesn't go off the apron. Marcus the Science Smith on the apron. Jake Hazard is trying to suplex him in. And no, come on. Oh. Marcus the Science Smith scores a fall. 1 minute left in the match. 1 minute left in the match. Marcus the Science Smith ahead by a point. 60 seconds left. 60 seconds left. I knew it was too good to be true that we didn't see Zero's gold up until this point. There is less than a minute left in this matchup. Marcus the Science Smith going for the backslide. At this point, but Jake Hazard flips it up. He needs a pinfall right now. He needs it right now. Time is running out. Time is really running out. I know I said it earlier, but I mean it this time. Jake Hazard has got to score a point or he loses to Marcus. And tomorrow night, there's no way to go to that tag team title matchup. Jake is up. These guys have been through so much. Schoolboy, he's trying. 30 seconds left. Unbelievable. Jake Hazard is trying to pull anything out of his ass. A Connor roll. 1, 2. But Marcus the Science Smith in the catbird seat. 20 seconds. Jake has got to act fast. The clock is ticking. It's not his friend. Time is not his friend. Marcus is at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your winner and new #1 contender for the King of the Iron Man belt, Marcus the Science Smith.